Well, hello travelers, Todd and Michelle here, and it is a walk and talk Saturday. We are back. We're so excited. As you can probably tell, we have the Skyliner behind us because we have made our way to the Art of Animation and Pop Century because we're going to take a tour around Hourglass Lake. Did you know they had an Hourglass Lake? So come along and let's do our walk and talk here on Hourglass Lake. Michelle is starting her Map My Walk right here, and we're going to start on the Art of Animation side and make our way all the way around the lake and down the other side. Got it set?
Got it set.
Got it set. She's ready to roll. Here we go.
And hopefully this works.
It will work.
We're going counterclockwise.
Yeah. And here's a reason why they call it Hourglass Lake.
They have a running trail.
Right here, it's the running trail. Oh,
Oh,
they're gonna
see? Look, you can see a
looky
map.
there. Right there's the map.
All right, so it does go all the way. 1.3 miles.
There we, oh, that's a great little walk. Awesome.
Oh yeah, we could do that a couple
Yeah,
times.
let's go. Here we go. Actually, so if we did this 3 times, you had done a 5K.
Why does that look longer than a mile though?
I know. It looks a lot longer than a mile. And these are the Nemo rooms of the Art of Animation. Has anybody ever stayed at the Art of Animation? It's one of our favorite. Now these are all suites, remember, family suites. Such a nice area.
So welcome everybody for the new people. Todd and I are on our wellness journey. We started in October. So I can't believe it's been 5 months already.
Yes.
October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. We're going into our 7th month.
7th month.
Wow.
Okay, I did not know that.
Well, it was kind of the end of October, I guess.
Right.
So 6, 7 months. Okay, so we're doing like a whatever works diet to lose weight. No.
I like that. I like that philosophy now.
Basically, I'm doing my same rules that I started with. I am eating in a calorie deficit, which my calorie falls each week. It depends on how much you weigh. There's lots of calculators online that you can find to figure out what your daily caloric intake is.
Yes.
And then I add my activity to that, and then I make sure I'm between 500 to 1,000 calories under that.
Okay.
So the goal is to hopefully cut by 3,500 calories, which is about equivalent of a pound. If you want to get technical, I guess.
But that's also the benefit of walking because it helps add calories back in, correct?
Yeah, and it helps your metabolism. It keeps your body firm, helps you build. Well, it doesn't help you build muscle, but it helps you maintain, which is what I'm trying to do. I don't want to build any more than I already have. I'm just trying to maintain what I got. So rule number 1, calorie deficit. Number 2, well, side note to that means I'm eating between 500 to 600 calories per meal.
Right.
I will tend to sometimes eat a little heavier for the evening meal, which I shouldn't. I really should eat heavier at lunch, but with our lifestyle, that's how it works out. So I've learned to kind of go with it.
Exactly.
Second thing I do is prioritize my protein. So I do try to make sure I hit my minimum protein goal each day. And my particular goal is 100 to 175 grams of protein a day. So think about it, like 100 grams of protein is basically like, 4 chicken breasts. So it's not hard to get if you split that between 3 meals. So
Correct.
usually I hit the minimum.
I use my protein shakes that Jay. Don't forget, Jay, if you guys got any information that you need answered, he'll be glad to answer. His information is in the description of this video. So
I started out at the very beginning. I was trying to find some replacement things for like normal food. So I did have, and I still do, I've got Built bars that I enjoy every now and then. If I have a chocolate, I'm not really a chocolate, what do you call that?
You're not
Craving.
a sweets person.
I don't have cravings so much, but
Uh-oh, somebody dropped the
Sometimes-
charger.
Yeah, we're gonna leave it in case they come back.
Yeah, in case
Because
they
we'll
come
probably
back.
do this a couple times.
Okay.
What was I saying? Yeah,
About finding the Built Bar, yeah.
Yeah, so I have Built Bars around just in case. But Jay's really good about that. He's got a whole bunch of products and things that he can give you suggestions. He's helped Todd out a lot.
Yes, he has.
You know, Todd's kind of issue was his health status, his diabetes status was out of control. Like his blood sugar was really super high, and he was really what I called wasting, which meant his body was not only, well, it really wasn't using the fat, it was breaking down his muscle to feed his body.
Yeah.
And he was what I call wasting. Like he was getting very thin and gaunt, but still had, you know, the adipose tissue, which is kind of common in diabetes. And
AKA
that's why,
the pot belly.
yeah, people have larger stomachs. Myself included, that's, you know, kind of a sign of either high cortisol, which is a stress hormone, and or, you know, a high insulin level. So, calorie deficit, prioritize protein, limit my carbs. So pretty much,
You do a good job of that.
like
I do not do a good
Dr.
job
Benjamin Bickman, I follow him a lot. He says, don't eat anything that comes in a box bag or has a barcode. So I kind of live by that. I do have some cheat foods, but my cheat foods are like crunchy Raisin Bran, which, believe it or not, I don't like the brand name Raisin Bran.
Right.
I like the Publix brand of Raisin Bran. So Publix has this, they call it crunchy bran
yeah.
raisin. It's a weird kind of combination of basically the crunchy version of Raisin Bran. But I love that. So I'll just eat that dry.
Yeah.
So
We
if
did give up the Jell-O and the whipped cream
we
at
did.
night.
I think just because something says it's 35 calories per tablespoon,
Yeah.
you tend to think, oh, that's not so bad. But then I ended up putting, you know, a cup on
Yeah.
my Jell-O, so that wasn't good either.
Exactly.
Okay, so Ben Beck said that. So basically, calorie deficit, prioritize protein, control my carbs,
And exercise.
the water. It's a daily battle for me. I hate water. Still hate it today. I do drink unsweetened tea, and I found flavored teas are excellent for me. I found right now I'm on a current. It's a country peach from Celestial Seasonings. Absolutely adore it. So I'll make it like a big gallon of just, you know, cold like icebox tea, but no sugar, of course.
Yeah.
For those of you that are joining too, you may not know, but you're going to know in a second, that I cannot and will not have any kind of artificial sweeteners at all. I've tried everything. Everybody's already suggested everything for me. I've done it from monk fruit, allulose, you name it. I have tried it. And my particular taste buds, I would rather just not have the food than try to eat it with that sugar in it.
And
So,
that's just how you do it. I can
that's just me.
I can handle it, and I don't have a problem.
He'll
with
have
it.
Diet Cokes all day long, and I'm still to this day, I will say, well, let me take a drink. And I swear it makes me gag. I hate it. I
think
hate
that-
that sweetener.
I think if you watch some of our videos, you've seen that reaction she has.
I just
She
rather
still
drink
has
water.
that reaction.
And now I even kind of feel super bad that when I get unsweetened tea, because we go to Longhorns a lot, now I'm paying a lot of money for brown water. So I'm like, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm just gonna get water.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I'll save my tea for home, or I'll make it myself. I gotta get rid of this gum. It's making me breathless.
Okay, we are
I
going
can't
to
walk, talk, and
chew gum.
chew gum all
We'll
the same
find a
time.
garbage can.
No, I gave it to the gators.
Michelle,
Oh, they
a
like
little gator can chew that gum.
it. Yeah, they'll eat it. Okay.
Now we've made our way to
so
Pop Century.
That's introduction. As far as health goals, I was on a plateau, so I'm sorry if you missed my several week rant about the plateau. You'll have to go back and look at that if you're interested, because I did whine quite a bit about that.
Yeah, but I can understand.
I still am not gonna lose, I don't think, like I did at the beginning.
And you shouldn't.
Well, I disagree with you on that one.
Okay.
Something happened during that time period that we had visitors down, so we were on property a lot. We had went from really sort of, I was on a strict, I hate the word strict, but I knew on a day-to-day basis what I was going to eat, and then we switched it up super fast.
Yes.
And I never got back.
You never kind of recovered
to that routine, and my weight had stalled for a good 6 weeks, and I kept telling everybody, not losing, and they're like, oh, hang in there. But you know what? That is so frustrating when you're doing the right things, exercising, and you're not seeing anything. The measurements weren't moving. My clothes still felt the same. And everything online I read said, reevaluate your diet. Well, I hadn't changed anything. I could tell you down to the calorie what I was eating. So,
coming up to
finally,
Michelle's favorite buildings, Pac-Man.
One day, and I've been through it a couple weeks now. This was my second week that I've lost still, but I got to a point I was just like, I just don't think I was eating enough. So we really sort of splurged out one evening, and then the next morning, I dropped weight.
Still say, and I think Donna and Lindsay they're on this journey with us together, and it's, if we don't eat enough, I still say your body holds up and says, nope, not going to give you any weight loss today. So
just slowed up here a little bit because I felt like I wasn't sure if he was waiting on me, or
I want to get Mr. Potato Head anyway. Great photo opportunities around this resort. But we're back over to Pop Century now on this side. And has anybody stayed at Pop Century?
Here, I'm gonna let you take.
Take what?
Just take my picture.
Okay.
Well, take my picture, just videotape. Because, I like to have record of, like,
there
what
you
I
go.
look like when.
Perfect.
So,
great job. Awesome.
All right, so what was I saying?
About the plateau and not eating enough.
I know, you guys, I talk so much on these walk and talks, but you know what? I've came to the conclusion that Todd has all the other videos, and I'm on this one, so you're going to have to endure my talking.
I think everybody loves to hear your talking, so you just keep talking away.
Because I tell you stuff, hopefully, that he doesn't.
Yeah, you do.
You can see the ambiance as he's telling you about it as I talk about diets. I'll handle the boring stuff.
Okay, if anybody remembers, what are those right there? Leave it in the comments down below. Not many people will remember those.
We actually grew up with those.
Yeah, we did.
Had to carry this monstrosity of radio equipment around with us.
That is true.
Fun fact for you guys, that's how I fell in love with, yours truly over there. I was in a parade marching.
Okay, we don't have to go into the story for everybody here.
He was walking next to the parade like, some people do. They follow their favorite bands and etc. And that was back in the time we had the shiny pop jackets. What do they call those things? Like a bomber jacket, but
they look disco-ish.
And he had his little boom box on his shoulder.
Carrying it along.
And all of a sudden I looked out of the corner of my eye, and his battery case had fell open, and all of his C batteries, which, those machines use like 500 of them, poured out of the machine.
Why do you got to tell the story?
Into the street, and they're rolling all around. So all I see him is scrambling, trying to pick up his batteries to put back in his.
And I can honestly tell you what song I was listening to.
What?
I was listening to Egyptian Lover. I believe it was by African Bambaataa. I believe.
Oh my God.
I was loved that kind of music back then, that techno.
Egyptian Lover. At that moment, I was like, that's mine right there. He belongs to me.
Lucky you. Lucky you.
All right, so back to the boring stuff. So health-wise, I started at about 288 pounds, was the highest that I've gotten to. And now I'm down to 214, so I've lost 74 pounds. Is that right?
Unbelievable. Incredible. 74 pounds, that is correct.
I'm about 5'3.5" on a good day.
We'll give you the half.
And I've told everybody all along, I know I'm a tiny person because my fingers are short, I'm short, everything about me is small except my size. So I keep telling Todd, I think my goal is probably, well, if you look at the charts, I'm supposed to be somewhere between 115 to 160, but I think I should be somewhere around probably like 140, 135, 140. I don't know. We'll see when we get there. I'll adjust
We
it.
have debates about this all the time, so.
I think you just have to wait and see.
Exactly.
Like I know, like how I am right now, I can't really fathom that much weight. It's hard for me to put an eyeball on how much this is. You know, if you go online, you can see like what does 5 pounds of like human adipose tissue. They have actually models that you can look at and see how much space that occupies. You know, it's like you can take, you know, a pound of feathers,
right,
or a pound of steak. It's going to occupy different space, right?
That is correct.
Well, 5 pounds of fat takes up almost 4 times as much room as a pound of muscle. So imagine how much that is. Like, I just can't even fathom it.
I understand that. It's hard to think about that.
And
It's still hard to think about 74 pounds. I mean, let's be honest.
He took me to Target when we were looking for little dumbbell weights, and he had me pick up, what were they, 20 pound?
No, they were 30 pounds.
30 pound weights.
We're going to go around this way and back down that way.
No, you had me hold 2.
Yeah,
I think
so
they
they
were
were
20 because it was only like 40 pounds total, and I could seriously barely pick it up.
Skyliner.
Like, it was crazy.
I know. And now we begin our second loop.
Much less walk with it. Like, it's no wonder I couldn't do anything.
Well, it's so weird to think.
All right, we have done 0.68.
Okay, 0.68.
So that's probably pretty right.
That was a half loop. Look at there. Now we got this loop coming up.
So I feel so much better. I don't know if I'd say I have more energy. I always hear people say, oh, I'm so much more active. I still really don't want to do sometimes what I'm doing. Like I told him yesterday when we started the walk, because I walk every day. I do have some exceptions, like if we're busy, we'll miss a night, but still through the day, I've walked something.
Right.
But as far as like hitting my goal, which by the way, my goal, I've set 8,000 steps, and I set that on purpose. Oh, and that's what I was gonna say, because that's part of the reason I think for me that I had stalled is because I had really increased my activity and I was running in between walking. And I know people say, oh, you were probably building muscle, but I don't want to. I don't want to build muscle because I was so heavy that think about the muscles I had could carry my body weight.
Right.
And
you just wanted
if
to tell
I'm
them.
half that body weight, I don't need any more muscle.
Right.
I just want to maintain what I have.
Correct.
So right now in my journey, I am not interested in like adding on. I want to get rid of some of this first. And then I'll think about, you know, I don't know. I just don't, that's not what I want to do right now. Plus I'm old. You guys got to figure that in there too.
You're not old.
My age is against me.
Okay, I'm gonna come to her defense because she doesn't give herself enough credit. She's like, I don't know if I'm getting, healthier and stronger. We had 2 big events this week One was a Moonlight Magic, and one was a fireworks cruise that we stayed out late. We were walking a lot and doing all this, and she was a trooper. She did not hesitate one bit on those two events. The Michelle I knew before would not have done that. So, yes, you have made...
I do remember that one sad thing, like right after COVID, where we had all sat around for the month, and then we had went to Epcot, and literally I had to sit down. Like, I wasn't sure we were going to be able to get from like the ball back to the car.
Right.
That was horrible.
Oh, that was... And the sad part of that whole situation, trying to walk out of Epcot, we weren't the only ones grabbing the benches and the walls and everything.
Well, that was kind of side note, but it was because I was heavier.
Well, you aren't anymore, and I'm proud of you for
But
that.
I still, you know, to me,
Squirrel.
I look in the mirror and we see changes, slowly. So I can tell in my face a little, but to me, my body's the same. I'm the same exact shape I was. I'm just a little smaller. And I just say I'm a little smaller because my clothes are bigger. So I know that something's changed. So that's a fight.
Yeah, that's because that's your own self.
Well, I wonder some things all the time. I wonder, will there ever be a time to where I don't think of my weight as part of my like defining who I am? Like, I've always known going into some place or a new environment, I would scan everybody and I knew I was always the largest person there. And it's like, I still feel that way, but now I wonder, like, where am I now? Am I still, according to all the charts, I'm still heavy on the obese side, but
Yeah, but those are quickly
will I
coming
ever
down.
not be there?
They're quickly coming down. So how about you guys? How are you guys doing? Coming along, walking along with us, walking on your treadmills.
Yeah, I do read your comments and I try to answer back to you when I can, but
if she can't, I do. I try.
Lindsay, she's right in there with us. She's commented a lot.
Yeah.
And
Donna,
I feel her struggle.
which Donna, I still can't believe England doesn't have grape jelly. Just baffles my mind.
We talked to Donna the other night when we were with her for the Moonlight Madness, and thank you again to her and Dwayne for
this
having
was
us.
a different Donna.
Yeah, different Donna. But it's really tough. Our bodies, when we put on fat cells, you won't ever lose that fat cell ever. It'll get bigger, it can get smaller, but you'll never lose it. So that's why it's so easy. Like, once you gain the weight and you lose it, that's why they say, oh my gosh, I gained all my weight back so quickly. Well, that's because imagine you already have the storage locker already built for that fat. It's ready to go. It's just waiting to put something in it. So
Yeah.
it's really tough. Once, I'll always have that tendency, and I'm going to have to be careful that if I overeat and continue to overeat, it's going to come back on fast. So
Yeah.
I'm going to always have to be aware and not, not go crazy. Which, I've learned from my body, a lot of it is keeping myself full and eating the right food. Because if I don't eat the right thing, it's almost like I'm torturing myself. So now I'm remembering.
You're
Why
right.
does it smell like smoke?
It smells like smoke.
Look,
It smells like fire.
I know, something's on fire.
Yeah, you can see the haze in the distance. You guys probably can't, but we can.
It just started.
Yeah, it did.
Wow.
So, me and Michelle had a question in the car. Do you throw care to the wind when you come to Disney and just eat whatever you want? Or if you're on a new life journey or life path, do you try to watch and eat what you want? Right, Michelle?
Yeah, that's a good question. Because we don't see really, now you guys know we don't watch a lot of other Disney content creators. We have some we know, of course, and Todd runs into some all the time. But as as a rule, we sort of don't watch it because we create what we do and we see it through our eyes. So that's why we don't. But we don't see a lot of people coming here saying, oh, I'm on a diet. Look how I ate.
Yeah.
Which maybe there should be, because just like people are gluten intolerant, I, like tonight, said to him, all right, well, where are we going to eat? That's my first question. Like, what do I have to look up? Where do I have to see what I can eat where?
Right.
And he's like, well, I guess we'll go to the food court. So I'm like, ugh. So you know that's going to be
a grilled chicken or
hamburger,
something like,
fries, fried chicken, pizza. And I'm thinking, wow, okay.
Yeah. But stay tuned to that, because tomorrow's video, Sunday's video, we actually go do a Disney dining review, and we have that dilemma. So,
well, getting back to your original question, there probably are people that are of normal weight or are whatever. You're under a certain diet at home, and then when you come here, yeah, you can throw caution to the wind, because even though you may be eating 8,000 to 10,000 calories a day, you're walking probably 3 or 4 times what you normally do. And then when you get home, you're going to go right back to your same routine. But
yeah, exactly. So that's the hard part.
Burning down somewhere.
Man, now it's getting worse. Look, you see it really coming across.
So for me, and I can talk for me, I will worry, because I'm not going to come here. I'm still going to want to come visit. I still want to have a good time, but I will be more aware of what I eat and how much I eat. So I guess I'm vested. I'm interested.
Right. So leave your comments down below. How do you guys handle it when you come here? And you got the Mickey Premium bars and all that stuff.
Because think about, you guys, we live here. This is in our backyard. So we were doing, 2 and 3 dining reviews, and you guys see the other people that are doing the same thing. They're gaining weight. They get heavier because you can't help but you got to eat it to show it and review it.
Yeah.
And it's a lot. But you still have to eat for the day. So I guess my point is, you've got to kind of seek out and teach yourself, how do I eat in any situation?
Exactly.
So that's what I'm trying to learn.
We are back over to the Art of Animation side, and yes, these buildings do look, the aerial building does look like over at Pop Century, because this is the ones that aren't suites. These are actually just regular rooms over here. And then we go into suites once we get to the Lion King area. But if you ever wondered, that's how they rescue you out of the Skyliner in case anything ever happens. Right there. Ooh. Okay.
And you guys let me know too, my viewpoint about exercising. I think you're gonna mosey around and do 2 miles at your pace, or you're gonna run real fast and get those 2 miles over. So it's kind of either speed or it's endurance. Like for me, I hate to feel like I'm out of breath. So as long as I get my 8,000 to 10,000 steps in, to me, I don't care if I do it in 20 minutes or 3 hours. I don't care. As long as I do it. That's the point.
I agree with you.
Let me know what your thoughts are on that one.
Oh.
I do kind of worry, the less you weigh, the less you eat. So I'm like, what
happens?
Yeah, what do I do when I get to the point where I have to eat even less?
You know what? You just keep moving forward, like we say in the comments. Move forward.
I'll worry about that when I get there.
Exactly. That you can't get the stress, because the cortisol will build up.
True.
And we're learning about cortisol and how that can affect weight loss and all.
Yeah,
Gosh.
do. I mean, I've learned you do have to eat enough, because that keeps your body working. It's like an engine.
Yes, you do.
And if your restroom habits aren't on point, that's going to affect you. If your water's not on point, women, we have, menopause issues, pre-menopause, post-menopause. We have all that kind of stuff playing against us. So my stomach is like my number one
nemesis.
Oh my gosh. It's like I can see my calves, everything is getting smaller. My skin is sagging except my abdomen. And I'm just like, oh, I am so tired of feeling like a Oompa Loompa.
But you're not, you know that.
No, I don't know that.
No, you don't. I have to remind you.
But you know what? The time goes.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't remember last week hardly.
I mean, we're coming to 7
today.
months, right?
Right.
So
as long as I can keep today comfortable, I'll make it.
There you go.
I know a couple people were worried about us because we missed the week, the walk and talk.
Yeah, we do apologize for that. I just wanted to take a week off, and man, I got in trouble for that one.
We were really busy. We had a lot of activities, and you know, you guys, I do still work, so I have to work during the day. So that kind of takes us out. So when we have things at night, you know, we can't get out to record like we'd like to.
Yeah, and we have some big events coming up, right? That's coming up in November. We got the group cruise coming up, which is November 7th.
I was going to say, so do we have anything happy to talk about?
Yes, group cruise, November 7th through 10th. It's a 3-day inaugural cruise on the Sun Princess, and it's an inaugural group cruise for us traveling around Disney. And
I'm so excited for everybody that signed up that's going with us. I think we're going to have such a good time. We have some things planned.
Yes, it is going to be a great time. Actually meeting
Can you put the information like up on the screen?
Yes,
like we
I sure
talked
can.
about? Like put it like right here somewhere.
Yep.
Because I know a lot of you guys watch this on your TVs and you can't get to the descriptions. So I'm going to have him start throwing in the information up on the screen for you guys.
And that'll be Melanie's information because she is our travel agent of choice that you guys can give a call if you're still interested in joining us on the group cruise.
The rate is really, really awesome. Melanie, she's been awesome. I know I'm sorry. I'm going to say sorry to her because Todd, I think, has just, you know, asked you question after question after question. But she has such patience, and she's answered every single one as quick as she can.
And she tries to get back to you guys as quick as she can.
She does, and she has won me over for sure.
Yes.
So thank you very much for helping us get this organized.
So we got some exciting stuff coming up. We cannot wait.
She's coming along as well, her and her husband, so we're excited about that.
Her and Tony doing great.
So stay tuned for that because we're going to kind of put together a whole bunch of cool stuff for that sailing.
Yeah.
And Todd and I decided, what did you say what the big event was for that?
The channel was celebrating a big event during the cruise. So that's all we're going to say right now.
All right, awesome.
Okay, but we are coming to the end of our Hourglass Loop. I think we're going to end it right over here. Me and Michelle got to do a little bit more walking and then grab something to eat.
I'm going to do another loop.
I know you are. Okay,
let's go in here.
So
Where
let's
are you going?
Right over here. And once again, there's the Skyliner. And that is how we got over here today, so that is wonderful. And we will do our outro right over here. I know a lot of people didn't like the Skyliner at first, but it is one of my favorite rides of all time here at Disney. Okay, travelers, we have made our way around Hourglass Loop. I hope you had a great time. It was about a 40-minute walk today. Enjoyed the art of animation and the Pop Century resorts over there. I didn't know this all existed, this whole Hourglass Loop. I thought it would only go so far, but we made it all the way around. How'd you like this walk?
Good. I have to go again and he needs to hurry.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go.
See you guys. We will see you next Saturday on our Walk and Talk.